All right. Welcome to the Let Freedom Ring live stream. We're going to be talking a couple things, mostly wrestling, because it was such a huge weekend this weekend. And yes, I will eventually figure out how to play music straight through there so I don't have to hold up my phone and do a dance, but I actually like it. So I don't know. But anyways, my guests, all returning, former live stream guys that have been on the live stream, big nerds of wrestling, Facebook page people as well. Justin Del Rio was requested to be here, but he had a hair appointment, so he couldn't make it. But we got Eli Myers, Dylan Bracha, did I say it right?
Sir. Yes,
Dylan
sir.
Bracha and Kendall Glover. All right, before we get into anything,
Yep.
I got a few things I just kind of want to chat about. The announcement today, the Canadian border is going to open up for fully vaccinated Americans. Going to be able to cross. I bet you're going to have to do some other tests, I'm sure. Do you guys think it's well overdue for the Canadian border to finally open up?
Yeah, I'd say so. Especially when the Toronto Blue Jays are able to play at home now.
Yeah.
So might as well get some fans in from the States because everyone wants to go to the Six. So Toronto's been a hotspot for the past, 3-4 years?
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, a lot of people want to get up there and see a game. So I know that I want to play softball up in Canada. So definitely really cool. Dylan, Kendall, any takes on that?
Definitely, yeah. Canada is a hot spot pretty much for Americans in general. We're right connected. People want to go everywhere there, and that's huge money for them in general. So they definitely needed to open the borders. America's been open for a couple months now, so it's about time.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Yes, definitely open it up because the Toronto Raptors didn't get to go visit their president. They went to go visit the White House, but like overseas when they win, they went to go visit their president, and they never got to visit their president. So, and like you said, the Blue Jays get to visit, get to do home games and stuff like that. So it's good for them to to do reopen it back up.
I don't know. That Tampa Bay Raptors starting to get a little ring, though.
Yeah. No, I'm definitely happy about it. Good to see it. And I feel like it's well overdue. So, hey, Canada, we'll see you soon. Awesome. Well, now the next thing I'm going to talk about, because Tom Brady has been in the news quite a bit over the last couple days. He's going to visit the White House, apparently, which he hadn't done previously. It's coming out that he was injured also during the season. Are the Bucks in a little bit of trouble for not releasing this if Tom Brady was hurt all this time? Dylan, what do you think?
There's something Tom Brady's done every year. He's had injuries left off the report. He's won Super Bowls saying, "Oh, I've had this and that." I mean, every team does it. You look every year. Guys have said, "Oh, I've played through this. I played through that." Odell has said stuff like that before too. So I don't think they're in trouble. I'm sure Tom is still going to be Tom Brady coming out next year and probably going to return in the Super Bowl, maybe back to back.
Eli, what's your take on that? Hiding injuries. I mean, I guess that is something when he was a Patriot that they did quite often, to say the least.
Dylan said it on the button. It's like players hide injuries all the time, and plus, it's that time of year for training camp. No one wants to go to training camp, so I don't think. Oh, I don't know about the season though. Buccaneers look good by re-signing everyone, but we'll soon see.
Kendall, any take on that?
I'm gonna sound like a broken record, but yeah, people hide injured all the time. AJ Brown just came out and said that he played on a broken foot last year, and Antonio Brown said he had a broken hand. So a lot of players come out, like he said, high injuries, come out and get surgery to avoid OTAs and shit like that. So, but as far as the season, they will not go back to back. Go Cowboys.
Oh boy, here I forgot. He's a Cowboys guy. So, another interesting thing though about Tom Brady was the call out from Byron Corwart. We ain't welcoming him back. There ain't going to be no damn ceremony for him, nothing like that. I posted this on Facebook, and a lot of people said, Byron who? Tom Brady at least deserves a video package. That's for damn sure. What do you think, Eli? Should they celebrate him when they come to New England?
Okay, first off, that game's what, Sunday night? So
Yeah.
NBC primetime. I wouldn't be surprised if they do like at least a half-hour package or something. But then I think New England's going to show up and beat Tampa that night. Cam's going to go off.
I like that.
I mean, even though I'm a Vikings fan, but I like Cam. So,
yeah, Kendall, what do you think?
They're gonna have a ceremony, like you said, Byron who. But I agree with Eli. I think while the weapons Cam has that they got over their offseason, I think he's gonna beat Brady. But I don't think it's gonna be like a blowout. It's gonna be like a close game, but they will beat the Bucks.
And Dylan, you got stake in this game as much as I do. So what are you thinking here?
Yeah, as a huge Patriots fan here, watching Tom leave 2 years ago, that hurt. It really did. Seeing a guy like that who I've watched grow up, play throughout my entire life, win Super Bowl after Super Bowl after Super Bowl. I think the situation was handled rough, obviously how he departed, but it'd be a real shame if the organization didn't do anything for him, and they should give him a ceremony. They're retiring the jersey from Patriots. It's got to be a ceremony for him. He's got to be celebrated.
He does. I mean, 20 years. I mean, Rajon Rondo got a lot of love when he came back to Boston, and he didn't do nearly what Tom Brady's done. So I understand being fired up, and they should be fired up. That's going to be the biggest game of the year, I think, in the NFL.
Then again, that's Rondo, though. There was more love for Paul Pierce when he came back.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Paul Pierce was a big deal, obviously. Retired number. But, I mean, I just said, like, it felt weird when Rondo came back to Boston because, I don't know, he sort of started to become kind of a jerk. But they did celebrate him when he came back. I loved watching. I mean, 2008, Rajon Rondo was like, man, was he fun to watch.
Oh, yeah.
And this gets us into our last kind of sports-related thing. Sorry this is all New England sports, Eli and Kendall, but these have been the headlines. Red Sox left fielder Alex Vertigo hit by a thrown baseball by a fan. Fan is now banned for life.
Okay, so did someone hear about that? So was the ball thrown back at him, like from the crowd, or did the fan like had his own ball and it's like, nope, I'm going to throw this at you and get banned?
I mean, I think his back was turned and he hit him in the back with it, to my understanding. I didn't get to see the game. Dylan, did you see it? Did you get to watch this?
I didn't. I wish I did, but this is kind of my first time hearing about it, surprisingly.
Yeah, no, he definitely got hit. Obviously upset. There was a big deal made about an empty water ball being thrown at Kyrie Irving. Baseball's a big difference throwing a baseball at someone not seeing it. Kendall, do you know anything about this story?
No, I did hear something about gunshots being fired at some baseball game, but not no baseball or somebody.
Yeah, no, I don't know about that, but yeah, and the fan is banned for life. I don't know how you're going to enforce that. Like what people are like, well, every time he orders tickets, I go, well, you just have someone else get the tickets for him. I think we're going to have this guy's face plastered everywhere in every MLB stadium because I highly doubt that.
Right.
I don't know. They can have a picture of him like as soon as you're going through like security.
Yeah.
But,
very not a smart thing to do. I do know there was a Red Sox fan who threw a home run ball back that hit.
That was Judge, I believe.
Yeah, but I mean.
Yeah.
That
there was a major difference in that. He was all the way on the red monster, or the green monster, pardon, and he threw it as he was rounding second. That's way different than you're sitting right outside hitting an outfielder whis back turned to him.
And I think the fan was surprised that he did it. Was it Judge or was it what's his name that played for the Marlins there? Blanking right now. Oh man. But yeah, it was either one or the other. But yeah, that was a big difference. I think that fan was shocked that he was even remotely able to reach that.
Right.
So definitely crazy. Definitely, obviously, there's some bad fans out there. It's not just baseball. It's not just wrestling. Just people that just take it too far. And this is obviously an example of that. But let's get into some wrestling here because I know that you guys are all members of the Nerds of Wrestling. It was a crazy weekend to be a wrestling fan with Slammiversary on Saturday from Impact Wrestling. And it looks like Bobby Lashley is coming down to the ring now. So I'm wondering if this is Goldberg time. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But yeah, Slammiversary, I ordered it and I absolutely enjoyed it. Did anybody else order Slammiversary this weekend?
I did.
I didn't order it, but I saw like highlights of it.
Yeah, no, it was really good, and you had a lot of surprises that happened. The first match was Ultimate X, the X Division. Josh Alexander retains. I don't remember all the guys' names in the match, but I do like Josh Alexander and Petey Williams. Anytime he's in there, the guy that actually created the Canadian Destroyer that everybody uses now, was big influence in that match. Are you guys a fan of Josh Alexander?
When he was teaming with
Yeah.
Ethan Page for the North, and I thought he was okay, but once he won the X Division title, it's like, really? He's not even the X Division. Like, I think X Division is like 205. You know, it's kind of like the lightweights, everything. But then again, you look at former champions. Samoa Joe was X Division champion. Abyss was X Division champion. Rob Van Dam was X Division champion.
Their phrases is all about weight limits, not no limits.
Yeah, I don't know what it takes to be like the X Division when it started was like, can you do the flippy stuff?
Mm-hmm.
If you can do the flippy stuff, you're in the X Division. Josh Alexander doesn't really do the flippy stuff.
Nope.
So I don't know how this fits. It's a second tier title. I could see him being a second tier champion. I don't even think there is another second tier. Yeah, not that I can think of it in Impact anymore. So,
which I'm happy about because I didn't like that grand championship they used to have. So.
Grand, didn't they have a Legends championship or something? They've never really.
But then again, that was like, let's see, that was the Legends title, that was the television title, that was a King of the Mountain title.
Yeah, they went through so many names with that title.
Yeah, I don't understand. I mean, I think companies should have a TV title. I think that's great. I hate that AEW calls it the TNT title. Call it the TV title. Now you can defend it on TBS and TNT. I don't understand why it had to be. I hate that title. I'll be honest. I'm gonna take a take on that. That I'm not a fan of the TNT title in AEW.
I will say that I do like every time there's a new champion, they change it up. Like instead of like side plates or name tags, they like change it completely. Like Miro's now, like with the all white and then the Bulgarian, like the colors, like the white and green. It looks good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just say change the name. It should be a TV title. I don't know.
That might change with them having more shows coming out.
Rampage in what, 3 weeks?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
4 weeks.
But isn't the idea for Dynamite to go to TBS? I thought I've read that it's eventually moving to TBS.
I think it's next year they're working on that.
So, and I don't know if that has to do with the NBA contract, because obviously when you are a newer wrestling organization, you're trying to get more people's eyes on the product. You're being put on different days because of the NBA. That doesn't help.
Right.
You know.
Isn't the Olympics on TNT too?
Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. Still can't believe they're having Olympics with all this like COVID stuff going on. But
didn't the U.S. Gymnastics team get hit too?
I believe so.
There was like some positive cases.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of Americans that have headed to Japan have tested positive. So I don't know. And it wasn't. I mean, Japan's in a state of emergency. We're having the Olympics.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I don't know. Anyways, the next big surprise, though, from Slammiversary is the debut, which it was probably the most obvious. Chelsea Green was coming back to aid her fiance against what's
Brian Myers and
Brian Myers and Emma, whatever she's going by now.
Tennille
Tennille
Dashwood.
Dashwood.
Yeah, yeah. Are you guys excited to see Chelsea Green? I know she's doing Ring of Honor too as well. Dylan, you excited to see her back there?
Oh yeah, I think this is the perfect fit for her, and I totally saw her coming back in this spot. It makes the most sense, but I think this is huge for her career and Impact in general.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. Kendall, what did you think?
Yeah, it was kind of obvious, but I do kind of say I was like, and Ring of Honor, he said, "Oh, I can't compete because my wrist." 2 days later, 2 3 days later, oh, I'm competing in Impact. Wow, okay. But I do want to see her do more things with both companies, but we'll see where this goes.
Eli, any take on that?
I'm surprised she got cleared.
Yeah.
Because she had her, third wrist injury in 5 months? More than that?
Oh, really? Is that kind of what led to her release? Was like she's
Yeah,
just
pretty
injured, and
much.
they're just like,
Uh,
okay, we're cutting
Yeah.
people. You know, I didn't know Emma and Zack Ryder used to date. Did anybody else know that? I had no idea that was
I
even a
did.
thing. Yeah. Okay, TNA. I mean, Impact, whatever. Cool. Using real life stories. That's cool.
It's not the first time.
right.
No.
Kurt Angle and Jeff Jarrett.
That was a weird time. I remember like Jeff Jarrett had to disappear from Impact or TNA at the time for a while they figured that out. Here's your guy that you guys signed that was like the biggest name that you had ever signed, and you're sleeping with his wife. That's awkward. All right, next match we got Morrissey faced Eddie Edwards, diehard Eddie Edwards, New England guy. Morrissey goes over in a pretty I wouldn't say an easy fashion, but pretty demanding. He dominated the match. Dylan, where do you see the career of W. Morrissey going here?
Well, hearing, because I obviously had no idea about the full results. I didn't hear all of this, but hearing that he won in pretty dominant fashion over Eddie Edwards, who's a household name of Impact, this might be a future world champ to be looking at. I know that's a big take for a guy like this who he hasn't really had the fans behind him ever, and it's been a while since he's really been in the spotlight. But they seem to be really pushing him to go to places, beating Eddie Edwards in this stage.
Yeah, I agree. And honestly, it goes back to 5 years ago or 4 years ago, whatever it was. They ended Enzo and Kaz way too early. They needed each other, and it hurt both of them tremendously.
Mm-hmm.
Kendall, what'd you think of that?
I'm gonna get to that point, but what you said, I don't think they ended them too early. I don't know they end them too early, but you gotta think about it. Both of them, Cass got hurt, and Enzo went to the cruiserweight division and did good. So I don't think they did horrible. I just think they ended them too early. But as far as him now, they missed a big opportunity. What was it, 2-3 years ago when they first got released, and Ring of Honor had them go in the match and attack the Briscoes and stuff, and they didn't do nothing after that. And I was like, what the fuck? So now he's at Impact doing good, and like doing this, he's gonna be a future world champ in the next year. So let's see where this goes, and hopefully he's world champion.
Yeah, the Ring of Honor thing to this day, I go, okay, do something with it. Eli, what's your take on all this?
That was one of the matches that I caught most of the highlights to. I will say that Morrissey's big boot is getting crisper every time. The more impact to it, the more the timing's there. And his jackknife powerbomb that he spiked Edwards with was so Diesel-like. he's starting to give me that like early Kevin Nash, Big Daddy Cool Diesel feel too. So I'm happy to see where it's going to go. Maybe Enzo may still end up in the Impact, but I don't know.
Well, Enzo had a big match with the one man thrill ride this weekend for Northeast Wrestling. That talk about two personalities, perfect to wrestle each other. I wish I could have been there for that. All right, our next big thing, and I gotta tell you, I'm a huge fan of Moose. I'm sold on him completely. He faced Saban. Looks like Saban went over.
Keith Lee, baby.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
Okay, that's big. That's good. Good for Keith Lee, because where the hell has he been? But any take on Moose and Saban? Anybody else a big fan of Moose?
I like Moose.
Yeah, Moose is great.
Kendall,
he's
you
good.
a fan?
He was really close in signing with WWE, but
Yeah,
I could have
I'd
seen
like
him
to
in
see him
Darvin
there.
Mine.
What?
ooh.
If
Diamond
he
Mine
was signed
and
with WWE.
NXT.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
yeah. Moose in NXT would have been awesome. Would have been great.
Yeah, I mean, it was his choice to stay with Impact. Like that's where he wanted to be, to my understanding. I mean, he looks like all his friends are in WWE. I mean, I see a picture of them in Ricochet like almost daily on Instagram. Looks like all those guys in the Florida, even though Impact's in Nashville, but they all seem to work out together. So, all right, now I don't even remember what the match was because I just didn't care. I'm going to be honest here. But this man is back in wrestling. No way, Jose. I think he became my niece's favorite wrestler in one night because he had a unicorn character with him. He's been gone for like a year. I mean, he hasn't done anything since WWE released him. Are you guys happy to see No Way Jose back, or is this just kind of a guy that like they're like we're just trying to get the names out there and see what we can do? Kendall, I'll let you go first on this one.
They're just trying to get the names out there. To be honest, it's like No Way Jose. That was a bathroom break. Like here's how we know No Way Jose. Time to use the bathroom. Okay. So I just brushed that off. Like trying to get the names out there.
I didn't really care about the match. I'll be honest, I didn't. Eli, what do you think of No Way Jose? Or I think he's just. I don't even know what they said his new name was. I can't remember.
It was just No Way. Didn't say
Okay.
No Way Jose. It was just No Way. And that was the Fatal 4-Way. That was for the tag belts.
Yes.
How is that a bathroom break? You had 4 great teams. The Good Brothers ended up one again. Yep.
Back as champions, which I'm happy to see.
Me too.
Fall Ball.
I want to
and
talk about
No
the
Way
match
Jose
itself. I'm talking about his.
crazy.
I was talking about his entrance after the match. About his entrance.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I wasn't. I mean, I think I had something going on during that match. I just wasn't that into it. Good to see the Good Brothers win.
Yeah, I think I know the reason why for that. So, and on Dynamite, they're promoting that 5-on-5 featuring the Elite and Dark Order. And if Dark Order wins, Hangman Page gets a title shot, and Dark Order gets a tag team title shot. Why not have the Elite come in as all champions? Young Bucks, AEW tag champs, Good Brothers are Impact tag champs again, and Omega with the AEW and AAA and Impact titles. They're carrying all the gold, so why not?
Yeah, no, I don't disagree. I mean, that could be an interesting thing to do there too. And also, I just think the Good Brothers should be the champions. I'd say they're the best. They're the best tag team they have. So, Dylan, any take that you have on No Way Jose?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like this is just a signing for Impact. Again, it's just another ex-WWE guy, which I honestly didn't even know he's still entertaining the idea of wrestling. He's been gone for so long that I honestly thought maybe he put that behind him. We'll see where it goes. There's a lot of signings that sometimes I'm like, that doesn't make sense, and then they end up working. So we'll see.
Awesome. And let's see here. We do have some Facebook comments. Justin just said, "Hey y'all," and then Craig Pelletier had commented, "Mugshot in every stadium, ticket booth. How do you ban a fan for life?" I think we're all in agreement with Craig. We don't know how they're actually going to do that. It's the guy should be. I don't know how you enforce that. Let's see here. Then another shocking surprise, and this was great. We had the Knockouts Championship with Deanna Peruzzo. Peruzzo, am I saying that right? Peruzzo. And it was none other than Thunder Rosa coming out, which obviously she works with Impact, with AEW and NWA. Dylan, what do you think? Was this a good surprise? I mean, I know that's what Slamversary become. How many people can we surprise you with during a pay-per-view? Surprised to see Thunder Rosa there?
Oh, I was definitely surprised. I didn't see that coming. And I mean, that's what's going to attract attention in general, is these surprises. These you're shocked. It buzzes around. And especially a superstar the caliber of Thunder Rosa, who's seen on AEW every week, has a mainstay name, had one of the best matches of the year with Britt Baker. That's huge for Impact to have her on there.
I agree. Kendall, what was your take on having Thunder Rosa show up?
I was really shocked because I really thought it was going to be either one of the Iconics or Mickey James, who eventually showed up. Spoiler, if nobody watched.
Yeah,
but
Mickey did show. Yeah, she did show up.
But I thought it was going to be either her or one of the Iconics. So I was really shocked.
Yeah, no, I agree. Eli, what did you think of that? I mean, obviously, I don't think she's going to be there full time. I mean, she's in two different companies. But yeah, what did you think? Was that a good enough surprise for the?
I was kind of surprised. I agree with Kendall. I thought it was going to be one of the Iconics. I thought it was going to be what's paying Royce now, Cassie Lee.
Yeah.
No, I was thinking they were going to split and have Cassie Lee against Deanna, and then Billie Kay being the mixed tag partner, because I didn't know Chelsea Green was going to get cleared. So I had Billie Kay with Matt Cardona.
That's it. Yeah.
And I was happy to see Rosa. They put on a stellar match.
It was fun, and I'll be honest, I guess I didn't know Chelsea Green was hurt because I thought that was the most predictable mystery partner of all time. I'm like, you're getting attacked by your ex-girlfriend, which I learned that night. They dated. I didn't know that. And I said, well, what else can you do here? It's got to be his wife. I mean, this was where she made her name too. So I didn't know she was injured. If I knew that, I probably would have not been so unsurprised. But that gets us to the main event. And let me tell you something about this. This had, to me, big fight feel. Sami Callihan, Kenny Omega for the Impact title. The fans are in the stands. This is hostile environment now for Kenny Omega. The crowd was fully behind Sami Callihan in this match. And they started off pretty, I think at one point, the Jackal, I will say, he had said basically, Kenny Omega's the toughest guy. He's tougher than Nick Gage. He's tougher than that. We see a pizza cutter come out in this match. Wow, was this awesome. It was an awesome match. If you haven't seen it, definitely check it out. Eli, what did you think of the build to this, to the match? I know you might not have seen it, but, what were you thinking about this one?
The build to it, and like as soon as I heard that Callahan got fired and against all odds, it's like, okay, that's not going to last long. And then sure enough, gets reinstated, gets his title match. They finally let fans back, because that was the first show that they allowed fans. So agreeing with you that there was a big-time feel to it. And with the pizza cutter and using the fork, yeah, that was a straight, like, anything Nick Cage can do, we can do better.
That was kind of the vibe. I think ever since Nick Gage has done Dark Side of the Ring now people have talked about him before. Now it's like in everybody's mouths all the time. Dylan, what did you think of this whole thing?
I gotta say, this was a crazy good build. I mean, Kenny Omega is on a pillar right now. He's the best thing going in wrestling by far. He's got all these championships. He's putting on great matches on the weekly, and a lot of people actually had Sami Callihan winning here. And I mean, he's a formidable opponent. That's the guy you want carrying the flag for Impact. I see it. But Kenny's just too damn good.
I agree with that. Kendall, what did you think? Because you did watch the match live, right?
Right. I was one of those people that really wanted Sammy to win because I was like, with Triple A opening back up, I was like, how is Kenny going to be able to do this, and this? So I was like, I hope Sammy wins. And I was like, Sammy's probably the last person left to beat Kenny on Impact's roster. So I was like, I really hope Sammy wins. But Kenny beat him, and right now there's nobody else on Impact's roster to beat Kenny. All the big time players are gone. Not gone, but there's like no more to beat Kenny. So that's why they probably had Jay White come out there and surprise. But in my
Oh, did we lose Kendall?
Kind of sounds like it.
Well, I just want to just say, like, this match did really feel big fight. Having the fans, I mean, they didn't have that many fans there,
No.
but they were totally behind Sami Callihan. You'd think maybe Slammiversary, this is where Callahan gets the belt, get it off Omega. Obviously, though, Kenny's selling pay-per-views for Impact.
Right.
I've seen countless people post that they're like, I hadn't ordered any of these pay-per-views, and I'll admit I've ordered more Impact pay-per-views than I have in the last 10 years. You know, I used to order them all the time, you know, back in the late 2000s, you know. So he's definitely really helping their company. I don't think it's worth taking him off. I think, yeah, we definitely lost Kendall. But yes, this was awesome. They did the hardcore stuff. It was great. You gonna say, Eli?
How did you let her watch that match?
I did not let my niece. I had to, you know, tell her. Okay, as soon as I saw the pizza cutter, I was like, okay, I'm gonna watch this by myself now.
Yeah.
But the big news out of that, now they had ran a video package earlier in the night for Bound for Glory, and it had AAA's logo, AEW, New Japan Pro Wrestling, and the pay-per-view ends with this man, Jay White, walking out. He is the leader of the Bullet Club now, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He has been for a year, 2 years.
Okay.
Like as soon as Omega left.
Yeah,
I think he took over.
Yeah, it could have been too long after. I've been a big fan of Jay White. I think that they rushed the title off him, or maybe even rushed for him to be the champion. I see him as the number one guy in New Japan Pro Wrestling. People probably disagree with me on that. But wow, was it cool to see him come out, and you didn't know if they're going to, you know, too sweet each other or not. Dylan, any take on Jay White? Do you think this is getting like a year ago or 2 years ago? Do you ever think you'd see Kenny Omega and Jay White staring each other down in an Impact Wrestling ring?
See, this is exactly what I was about to say. It is so unbelievable to think that Jay White, first of all, is staying face to face with Kenny Omega. You got to think, you got Kenny, AEW, Jay White, New Japan. They shouldn't cross over. Here they are, not only crossing over, but crossing over on TNA, a completely different programming than both of them were on a year ago. And whether or not that's where they face or they build elsewhere, it's still a crazy confrontation that they had.
Yeah, I was marking out, no doubt about it. As you can probably see in the background, Goldberg has shown up to call out Lashley. Very predictable. We all had an idea this was probably going to happen tonight.
Here comes SummerSlam.
I guess they couldn't get Brock Lesnar.
No, they couldn't.
I mean, Brock must just be happy, like cutting meat and being on his farm, because the big match is Lesnar and Lashley. But I'll take Goldberg in a 5-minute match. It's not going to be longer than that.
The rest of the card's looking good. So, I mean, like, it's tough. I wish the whole thing could be flawless, but it's WWE.
I'm surprised.
Oh,
I'm
go ahead.
kind of
Eli.
surprised. I'm kind of surprised they didn't save Goldberg for Saudi, because there's
I
talks
don't-
of them going back to Saudi Arabia in October, November. So
I've heard that the reason he coming out now is because they think that's not going to plan out for this year. And he is scheduled, 2 matches a year?
Two
Yep.
matches, yeah. Hot take here. I thought Goldberg's last match with McIntyre was fun. I had fun watching that match. Now, someone commented on Facebook. They said along the lines of, "Well, remember how bad he was with Undertaker? Another 50-year-old guy. Put him in with the young guys. He doesn't have to do all that much." I mean, I thought that, again. I thought I had fun watching him wrestle McIntyre. I don't know how this is going to go on, because now at this point, Goldberg has lost so many matches that I don't know if he ain't going to beat Lashley.
Right.
But it could be fun. I mean, look at this. And Lashley's selling this, as we see right here. He looks fired up. But yeah, no. All right, give me Goldberg. Whatever. Big E says it on his podcast all the time. That's all he wants is Goldberg. So, any other?
Ooh, I got it. What if Big E cashes in on Goldberg?
That would be awesome, because he is such a big fan of his. But a lot of people want Riddle to. I think you mentioned this, Eli. Like Riddle gets the Money in the Bank. He goes after Goldberg. Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see. I think it'll be fun. I don't think it's gonna be anything crazy. I don't see them putting the title on Goldberg again. But it'll just be fun. I think that's it. Nothing to be too excited about. Any other takes?
We know that Roman Reigns, John Cena is going to be the main event.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Has to be.
Yep.
Has to be. And sorry, before we move on, when Cena faced Reigns the last time, who won that match? Was it Reigns?
It was Roman. Yep.
Okay.
That was right before Cena really started going off.
Okay. So now I'm curious, does Cena come back and he's finally the guy? Because now we're going on a year of Reigns as champion.
Yeah.
So, but yes, no, Slammiversary. If you have a chance to see the matches from there, go watch. Sami Callihan, Kenny Omega, fantastic, entertaining from start to finish. Highly recommend it. And obviously the big shock at the end. Let's get a little bit into last night. Oh, Eli, go ahead.
Last little bit. So since Slammiversary is done, they did announce Homecoming for Impact's next somewhat big show. There are tapings out for it already. So yes, there are results out already. They are doing a Homecoming tournament, mixed tag. So I won't go into any more details unless people want to look on dirt sheets. It's out there. So
if you want the dirt sheets, you know where to find them. I've been finding them since I was in 5th grade. So they're always out there. And that's before Facebook.
Yeah.
And I'm 36 now. So, all right. Last night, I didn't get to watch the whole pay-per-view. Looks like the Usos are the new tag champs. I'd say, yay. Get all the belts. Nikki Cross.
That was a great kickoff match.
It was.
Oh, I'd have to imagine you're talking about. I mean, I don't think Dominic's all that good yet.
I agree.
But his father's great. The Usos are great. I'm not sold on Dominic at all, to be honest.
I'm glad I'm not the only one, because I have the same opinion on that.
Like,
way too green.
I don't know, Eli. What do you think? Like, it's cool that it's Mysterio's son. Outside of that, he does nothing for me. He can't talk. He's not that exciting in the ring. Why does he wear a mask? I don't know.
Well, first off, he's only 21, 22. So
I think he's 24.
Okay, 24. So he still has plenty of years left. We've seen him on WWE television since 05?
Yes.
With the whole Ray and Eddie.
He might have even been on TV before that, not in a storyline, just in the crowd. But
so we've seen him grown up in front of our eyes. So of course he's going to have a great year, even after Ray retires.
Yeah, he's just Go ahead, Dylan.
I just think he needs to do more for the audience, because once Ray is gone, because I mean that time is coming up. Ray isn't going to wrestle forever. Well, what is Dom gonna do to shine? Because he has the name, but he's not like fully there in the ring yet, and he doesn't like have the character really to even get behind. He's a taller version of Ray, which Ray had the underdog story 24/7. He doesn't wear the mask. So he doesn't have that really. It's a lot of against him for me.
Yeah, it's just nothing that he does for me at all. I truly, I did enjoy being like, oh, the mysterious, like Reyes gets to be tag team champions with his son. That's a cool story.
I agree.
But everything else, you're right. Once Ray's gone, Dominic, what does he deliver? And he's, you know, the other thing I gotta say, obviously, you know, I'm not a pro wrestler or anything like that, but his physique isn't that great either. Like, there's not much to him. He's Rey Mysterio's kid. He's gonna need a lot of work. I mean, a lot of people probably looked at Charlotte Flair that way, and then she's just Rick's kid. She was also a D1 volleyball player. So I mean, she is an athletic person. I just don't see that with Dominic at all. So
she didn't want to wrestle in the first place. She did it for Reed.
Yeah. Well, I think she got more. I think they started together because she was on the Broken Skull, not whatever the heck Steve Austin's show is on USA. Yeah. I'm not talking about his podcast. She had said that. One. Yeah, she had said something along the lines like she was already getting into wrestling while he was alive. And then when he passed, I think that's when she was like more doing it for him then.
Yep.
And then when he passed, she's like, I got to go all the way with this, is I believe what she said on that show. Mm-hmm. Tragic, though, Reed Flair. I just watched the video of him because, I mean, when he was a kid, he took down Eric Bischoff in the ring on Nitro. He's like, I'm here to do my father's light work. It's so sad. An absolute tragedy. Nikki Cross, surprising winner of the women's Money in the Bank. She's got the superhero gimmick going. Okay, we've seen that before.
Almost.
I'm not really. I guess I'm not following it at all.
Me neither.
It does nothing for me. Nikki Cross, the last year has done nothing for me. Eli, what are you thinking about Nikki Cross getting the briefcase?
Bring back Hurricane. I think Shane Helms as the Hurricane could really help her out with the superhero bit. I was rooting for Alexa, and at first when she was like doing the whole like reaching up for the briefcase, and I was hoping it was going to lower.
Yeah.
And then like during all the entrances, she was on the top turnbuckle for what, 10 minutes? 5-10 minutes at least. I thought that was hilarious. And then her like possessing Selena Vega to get her like to go down, and then she like reached back up and tried to grab it. I thought Alexa was going to have it, but I'm happy to see where Nikki's going to go. She hasn't won a major championship yet, so
yeah,
she's won the tag team. But
I agree, Kendall. We got you back. What did you think? Are you a fan of Nikki Cross's new gimmick?
No.
Kendall. Oh, there he is. Yep.
Because they're trying to do because my internet's fucking up because it's a thunderstorm down here, so my internet like kick in and out. But they're trying to have this this gimmick where I don't know how to say it. It's like every like 5-10 years or so they're trying to have this gimmick to feed to little kids. Oh, here's a superhero gimmick. Oh my god, here we go. Like, I was never a fan of, like, except for Shane, like the Hurricane. Like, I was never a fan of these kitty gimmicks, these superhero gimmicks, these clown gimmicks, these bullshit ass gimmicks to try to make it kind of connect to little kids. Because little kids, they're gonna like what they're gonna like. They don't force nothing on little kids. I know you try to get the little kids to come back, but no, I'm not really a fan.
All right, and now it looks like in our
I was going for Zelina or Naomi.
And it looks like in the background we are going to get another match that I want SummerSlam. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I've been dying for this ever since both of them had come back and been champions. Dylan, any other? I think me and you are in agreement. The Nikki Cross stuff is just not working.
It's just they try so hard for the women's division. They try like overly hard at this rate. They try so hard, and then they build up this ladder match, and they have a joke win it, and that's that's why I look at this as it's a joke of a character, almost superhero. Like what? Honestly, I thought there should have only been one winner come the Money in the Bank ladder match. Alexa was like my favorite, but she doesn't need to win the title. Liv Morgan, I feel like, was on the path to win that, and to not, that sucked. I felt like she was the rightful winner for that match.
A lot of people on the internet were upset about Liv Morgan not getting it. I have to say, I liked Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss better together. And right. I think you could have made Nikki like just as crazy as Alexa and have them together. We don't have the Fiend anymore, so I don't even know what's really going on with Alexa Bliss. Maybe if kept Nikki with her, but whatever. You know, people get paid a lot of money to make those decisions, even if they're wrong. Omos and AJ go over the War Raiders. I don't know. That was a good match.
Yeah. Okay. Really good match.
I haven't been into this myself, and I love the War Raiders. Big Todd Hansen fan, obviously, out of this area. I'll have to go back and watch this, I guess. I don't know.
It was entertaining.
I did have one comment from Facebook. Mike Campbell, who's actually been on the show in studio on Thursday. Did the WWE surprise guest at the end make you more or less excited for the new Suicide Squad movie? I never saw the first Suicide Squad. I probably won't see this one. You can't read unless I've seen clips of Jared Leto's Joker, and I'm not sold.
Well, that's all it was. It was just clips in the movie. Very short.
Are you guys? So you guys are sold on that movie?
Oh yeah, I can't wait.
Okay, and so John Cena's in it. I take it.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. Which is also exciting.
All right. I'm not gonna be a hater on Suicide Squad anymore. I'm gonna try to watch it.
You should.
Yeah. All right.
Oh.
Now, yes.
I do get an Arcade Bro facing Omos and Styles at SummerSlam.
Me as well.
Give me that match. That'd be
I'm
awesome.
all for it. Yeah.
I do feel like the AJ Styles Randy Orton feud is like unfinished because remember Randy faked that injury, RKO'd him. I'll see you at WrestleMania. That never happened. So I'd love to see AJ and Randy back into some kind of feud.
Yeah.
And hopefully we can see it this time because the crowd chanting "We can't see" at WrestleMania 35 was kind of hilarious.
It was tough to see that match. Yep.
Yeah.
I was one of those fans. I could not see
it. They just shine the light at us.
Yep. So I'm ready for a rematch.
Yeah, I am too. Kendall, any thoughts on that?
I think AJ, with him doing most of the work, I feel like they need to give like almost more of the load. See, it would make more sense for the big guy to give most of the load, but AJ is a veteran, so I guess him carrying the load makes more sense. But I want Omos to have more of a role, not just one series in the match that's like, oh, we're gonna scare him off because he's a big guy. Nobody wants to fight him. Then 30 seconds later, okay, AJ is gonna come back in the ring. So after they lose the titles, I want to see what Omos does, which probably ain't gonna be much, just Royal Rumbles and shit like that. But I want to see where this Omos character goes outside of tag team titles when they lose to eventually either RK Bro or somebody.
Yeah, no, I agree. Looks
I'm
like
happy for that. I'm happy for that right now. About time.
Yeah, Karrion Kross is on Raw.
Jeff. Is Jeff going to come out to no more words?
He better. They've been
said
talking
in
about
his
that
contract,
for what, a year?
all they needed was fans.
I mean, okay.
I've got no sound on, but
they're pulling all the stops tonight, obviously, with the fans back. They're like, we're just going to give you exactly what you want. Even though I'm not a Karrion Cross guy, a lot of people are. I'm
waiting for Becky in the main event.
Oh,
Becky's going to come out after Charlotte retains. We get Charlotte Becky at SummerSlam.
That would be good, but I mean, is Becky Lynch? When did she have the baby?
She was at Money in the Bank last night.
December.
Oh, it was December. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
in December.
It was before the Rumble because that's how I knew Seth was going to be there.
Oh, then she totally might be back tonight. You might be right.
Yeah, I know she's training. Like she's in the gym all the time, but everybody's different.
She posted on Instagram that she was at Money in the Bank last night. So,
I mean, she goes to them. She supports Seth, obviously.
Oh yeah.
Oh, her husband's there.
Yeah.
You know.
Friends. You know.
Yeah.
She obviously knows them all.
And she even said that hopefully no one got hurt in the ladder match or before the ladder match. So she was hinting it.
Yeah, if she came up back tonight, that's gonna be a huge pop. Huge pop.
Yeah. Crowd's nuts.
Now, one more time, we want to talk about it, which could be a very highly debated issue here. Lashley went over Kofi. We all knew, and now we've seen it. Goldberg is here. Are you guys ready for Goldberg, Lashley? I don't want to bring it up just again, but we ready for this?
Get it done and over with.
Yeah.
Justin Del Rio is furious, I'm sure. I bet he threw his remote tonight.
I can see it.
I don't want that to be a focal point every week on Raw. They could breeze over it to build it. Just there's so much better they could do for this.
I agree. Kendall, any take on Goldberg now that we know that's obviously the match at this point? I mean, there's
like this, how they just breeze on through it, just go and do it, get it out the way. But I have heard reports that after this feud, it's going to be Bobby and Big E, which I'm not a big fan of. Oh, it's going to be Bobby and Big E for Big E to get revenge for Kofi. No, keep Big E on SmackDown. Have him versus Roman. Even though I think Roman, he has like a shit ton of challenges with Seth, Edge, Finn, blah, blah. But keep him on SmackDown. But move him over to Raw. Just for you to have say, oh, I'm going to get revenge for Kofi because you squashed Kofi. No. Just keep him on SmackDown.
Yeah, no. I mean, we'll see what happens here. Honestly, I think the coolest thing Goldberg has done over the years is when they said, hey, we're going to give you Dolph Ziggler and just spear the hell out of him. Yeah. That was fun. He doesn't need to be, in these championship matches.
Yep.
There's nobody you got that can, I know Dolph Ziggler is a one-in-a-lifetime guy that can sell. He made him look like he was 31 again when he beat Hogan. But, I mean, don't you just want to see Goldberg go out and squash somebody? You can't pick someone.
As long as it's not a champ, I'm fine with it. Let's make it fun. Just make it fun.
Yeah.
Maybe Baron Corbin. Not a lot of people are on Baron Corbin. So everybody would love to see Goldberg squash Baron Corbin.
Ooh, I don't know. Since Corbin has his own site now where he's raising like $100,000 because he has so much going wrong for him.
I don't know.
Yes, it's a legit site.
Goldberg doesn't need. I mean, again, I'm happy he's doing something. Doesn't need to be in a title match. You have plenty of guys that you could have. You could pull someone out of NXT and have them squash them. Everybody's gonna forget about it, but they're gonna love that initial pop. So, Charlotte over Rhea Ripley. Did you guys see that coming?
Half and half.
Yeah, from a mile away. I've seen that coming from a mile away.
Yeah, I didn't think she was going to lose the title yet, but
I'm so not sold on that rivalry. I was sick of it from the get-go. It went on too long. I was out of it. It's not over. So,
Eli, any take on that?
Okay, I know there's the great debate going on with Edge and R-Truth, but I consider Charlotte a 13-time champion. She's won the Divas title. She won the NXT title twice. She's a 5-time SmackDown and a 5-time Raw. They're saying that she's 14-time champion because of the tag titles. I consider her a 13-time champion.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, that is weird.
Yeah, you can't count that. I'm sorry. Tag titles are not. No.
Because
Absolutely
there's the
not.
whole thing with Edge and R-Truth, because supposedly R-Truth is a 68-time champion.
Oh yeah.
And they're considering that like the biggest thing ever, but Edge has the most titles.
Real titles.
And it's not, real titles, not just 24/7 title 52 times.
And now the biggest, some of the now we're gonna hit the two biggest things out of the night, and the first one is Big E is Mr. Money in the Bank, and man, is this overdue in my opinion. He needs a serious singles run, and hopefully this is the start of it. Eli, what did you think?
I was rooting for Seth because at first I thought Seth was going to win and then cash in at the end of the night.
I
But
love that.
Big E was my second pick, and I'm happy he won.
Dylan, what did you think?
I'm at a point in time where I'm just happy with our world champs right now. The only guy I would like to see dethrone anyone would have been Seth Rollins. Roman kills it night in, night out of SmackDown, and I've loved this side of Bobby Lashley. So honestly, like watching Money in the Bank, it was like Seth Rollins is my guy. I want him to win because I love him as world champ. Other than that, I'm just it's a meh for me. I'm not fully on the Big E train. He's a great wrestler, great performer, but it's just I don't know if I want to see him as world champ for an extended time, which it would look like if he beats one of these two guys.
Right.
Oh, Eli. Yep.
I did just get a text from one of my friends. Yes, Jeff Hardy has no more words back.
Oh, I gotta rewind this after.
Oh, my God.
That's awesome. That's so awesome.
Uh,
Did he win too?
oh, really?
He just beat Karrion Kross?
He beat Cross.
All right, book it. I want to see Goldberg out. I want to see Jeff in it for the world title. Book it. Oh,
I want to
that's
see
awesome.
Jeff Hardy. I want to see Jeff Hardy down on NXT now. He penned the NXT champion. Why not?
That's bizarre.
Dude, nobody has touched him.
Swanton.
Nobody has touched Karrion Kross.
Oh, he missed.
So is
And
he
then
able to fall
I'm
back?
guessing roll. I'm guessing roll up.
Yeah, oh yeah, he rolled him up. I don't like Karrion Kross.
Oh, he cheated.
Oh,
He
and
cheated to win. Yeah.
Jeff cheated? What?
Yeah.
Is Jeff heel? What is
Jeff
going
Hardy.
on?
Oh, now they're doing an in-ring. Oh, I love this in-ring interview with him. That's hilarious. He's
gonna beat him up.
So I'd have to imagine he's gonna be out of NXT soon.
Jeff? Oh,
No, I mean Karrion Kross. I mean,
out of?
Well,
Out of
yeah.
wrestling?
yeah.
Oh, out of yeah. Well, Randy Orton wanted him out of as soon as he showed up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean he's a big deal in Impact too. I mean,
But who do you have beating him though? That's the question. Adam Cole?
Jeff Hardy.
in NXT, I don't know. I say Carmelo Hayes.
Oh, come on. That'd be awesome.
I would mark out hard for that, but you know that's probably for future.
Did he
But I
have
do say
Scarlett?
about Big E. About Big E, I do feel like I said a couple minutes ago, I hope they'll have him play Captain Saberhole with Tim and Kofi. Oh, I'm gonna cash in on Bobby Lashley because my best friend Kofi just got squashed. So I'm gonna play. I'm gonna come save you. No, have him build over time and cash in at TLC or Royal Rumble or something like that. Don't have him play Captain Saberhole with Kofi. Oh, I'm gonna help Kofi because he's my best friend. No, scratch that and just have him work over time.
I don't think that's happening because I honestly think that Kofi was like a filler. Mm-hmm. We don't know who else to give Lashley. Kofi, you won the title before. You go feud with him. Yeah. I think that's done after that. I don't see anything going on with that. Then we had a great main event, Edge and Roman Reigns. I really wanted Edge to win, but I knew probably wasn't going to happen, obviously. Actually, you know what? I take that back. I don't think I'm ready for Reigns to lose the title yet. But I did very split on this.
Yeah.
Dylan, what did you think of that match?
I'm the same way. First of all, the match was great. They put on a show. The ref selling made me laugh my ass off. That was so funny.
I was going to bring that up.
It was so good watching him just hold his knee and then slowly roll out of the ring. I'm like, okay. But match was great. You got to give it to both of these guys. And to your point of, are you ready to see Roman lose the title? I'm not, because what does he do after that? Does he go back to being a face? Is he like? I hope not, right? Because this has been his best character work of his entire career. It's been phenomenal, and I don't want to lose that. If that means he loses the title and he goes back to doing what we're used to seeing him do, I don't want that to happen. So, I mean, Edge, I would have loved to see him win the title. It much deserved. 12th time would have been crazy for him, but Roman's at the top of his game.
No, I agree there. Eli, what'd you think?
Okay, so like I said earlier, like Rollins was my pick to win Money in the Bank. And yes, we saw him interfere not once, but twice in this match. I was waiting for Edge to win, saw Rollins to cash in, and then Rollins Edge in a TLC match at SummerSlam for the belt.
Wow.
But no, we didn't get that. I'm happy Roman's still champion. The reason why I guess Jimmy Uso didn't get suspended, or did he get fined for his DWI again?
I'm sure they punished him somehow by giving him a tag team title belt.
Yeah, I'm hearing the Rock's coming back.
Oh, Justin Del Rio said, "Love you guys." Just so everybody knows that.
We don't love you. Stay in the comments.
We got his picture up here. That's for sure.
That's right.
No, I'm hearing Rock showing up at SummerSlam.
That'd be amazing.
And they're building that up for,
that'd be awesome.
And have it built up to like Survivor Series, which is The Rock's 25th anniversary.
That'd be great if they could have him do something, even if he just hits a rock bottom on somebody.
Yeah.
You know?
And then we finally get Roman Rock at Mania.
That'd be awesome.
So
I'd love to.
We're going to get it sooner or later. So
I don't know though. Rock is not a spring chicken anymore. I mean, he's
Cena, and yeah, we're getting him at SummerSlam.
But Rock is in his late 40s. Almost
There's worse than The Rock. This guy is in the gym every day. Mm-hmm. He knows what he's doing. Come on.
That's true. I mean, but he did get hurt the last time. I mean, this isn't, it's hard to. I'm trying to think of something that made it to, like, I guess Hogan wrestled in his 50s, but and Flair too. But they were getting hurt a lot. Taker. But these guys were all Terry Funk. But I mean, I think the big difference is a lot of these guys didn't take. Again, Rock's in the gym. I think it's doable. I say he comes back. He does get an injury because you cannot duplicate actually in-ring work. And he hasn't been in the ring since 2013. I don't count the rock bottom he hit on Eric Rowan at WrestleMania 32. Yeah. But he hasn't taken – I mean, if he's going to have a match with Roman Reigns, he could get in shape. Yeah, but he's going to have to bring it because this guy's – in the best of his career right now,
right.
Yeah. And then, all right. So the big thing coming out of this match though, is the ending, and John Cena, a man that I've spent most of my adult life booing the hell out of, because there was a good decade there where I couldn't take it. I couldn't take Super Cena. I do appreciate him. I am a John Cena fan. He has returned to the WWE. Kendall, were you happy to see John Cena back?
Yes, because we can have Roman get that big victory. Besides The Rock, John Cena is that big victory Roman can have. And he can go on to new heights for Roman. He can be like, I beat legends like John Cena, Undertaker. This goes on and on and on. So you can have something like that in his resume to to solidify him as the head of the table, the tribal chief.
Yeah, no, I like that. Eli, what do you think?
I agree with that. I think Roman's going to beat Cena. As much as I would love to see Cena break 17, I think Orton's going to do it because he's closest and still on the roster. I Roman's going to pull that promo of I beat Taker, I beat Cena, I beat this person, that person. I think that's when The Rock's going to show up and then be like, "You haven't beat me. I'm still the head of the table. Prove it."
Has Roman ever beat Brock?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yes. SummerSlam
I
2018.
believe, yeah.
Okay, because Brock won the first one, then they had the rematch. Okay,
Yeah.
Dylan, how do you now? You've grown up big time with John Cena.
Oh, yeah.
How,
To be fair, I grew up, John Cena was on every week. I was in peak, Super Cena growing up watching him. And I couldn't stand that. I was always a heel guy. I always loved the heels. And Cena being the face, beating them all, that always made me so mad. But to grow up, I've appreciated him, obviously. And it's one of those, you miss him when he's gone.
yes.
And all this time, he hasn't been here. These last years have been tough without Cena. It's true. He's a great wrestler. He's great on the mic. He's funny. He's got it all. And you do miss him when he's not there every week.
Mm-hmm.
And to throw out a pitch, Cena is running out of time to actually break 17. And there is nobody else more deserving to reach 17 than Cena. This might have to be his chance to get it because after this, even if it's a one-off, he wins it and he loses it the next month back to Roman or whatever. 17's got to come eventually. It's written in the stars for him. But if he doesn't do it here, there's not many more opportunities for Cena to come back and win it while he's still in this age, while he still can, and he's not risking injury and risking his better future in movies.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think he'll ever have the success of a Rock, but movies is his future.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what's going to happen. I hope he does break it. I will admit this was me in 2006, and a lot of the time, I remember watching ECW One Night Stand. And Cena did a great job of being, that he did exactly like that's how great he is. He embraced that role that night of being the person everybody hates, and I think the guy is wrestling. But to John Cena's credit, this is me now too.
Yep.
Cena, and he said couple things off air last night. He goes, what's happening here? If Cena shows up, we cheer. He goes, people love John Cena, and it is awesome to see him back. But no, I really appreciate you guys coming on tonight. Anything you guys want to plug? Anything? I know, Dylan, you take a big role in the Nerds of Wrestling. I believe you're one of the moderators there too.
I am.
So it's just the Facebook page, right?
Yep. Well, he's got Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Facebook's our main domain. We've got a lot of people on there, over 5,000 people all on there. It's a great place, great community, all wrestling based. It's really, really a nice setup made by Justin Del Rio, who couldn't be here today.
Yeah, we made sure to have him in the corner. He was here in spirit. But I appreciate it, boys, coming on. Enjoy the rest of Raw. Thursday in studio, we got Mike Campbell. So if you have questions for Mike, get them in. He is the producer of the French Canadian Legacy podcast. So we'll see you in studio. But until next time, continue to let freedom ring.